Good morning all. Through our last classes, we have seen the SAS congruence and then ASI congruence of triangles, all that we have seen. Okay, so go through once again, all of you go through that congruence or different criterions for testing or checking the congruence of two triangles. And today we will be learning a new method as well as we will do more examples so that we will get familiarized with each of these criteria. Okay, so I will share my screen now. Okay, so we have seen, first of all, we have seen axiom 7.1 as SAS congruence rule. As the name suggests, SAS means two sides are as well as the angle between those two sides. Okay, they should be congruent. They should be equal to the other two sides as well as and the included angle of the other triangle. Then we can say that those two triangles are congruent. Are all clear? Fine. So, and we have done some examples as well. And when we proceeded further, we have checked that SAS congruence hold, but not ASS or SSA rule. Means what do you mean by SAS? As the name suggests itself, the side, the A letter A corresponds to the angle, and the angle should be between those two sides, not any angle. Okay, we have checked with a counter example like that, and thus we have proceeded and we have seen ASA congruence rule. Okay, clear? And we have seen the proof. It is a bit lengthy proof, but all of you should write it and learn it. And then we have begun doing some examples, and today we will be beginning section 7.4 and with some properties of a triangle. Okay, so actually all this you have learned in your previous classes, but no problem. Once again we will go through this, and here we will go a little bit higher. Okay, so you know that a triangle in which two sides are equal is called an isosceles triangle. Okay, it is actually very clear. Still, I will show you by drawing a triangle. Okay, I am calling it as triangle ABC. And when can we say that the triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle? As our definition says, a triangle in which the two sides are equal. See, if this side and this side, that is side AB is equal to AC, then we can say that these two sides are equal, and thus triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. Okay, so anyone who don't know what you mean by isosceles triangle, just learn now, because we are using this property of a triangle to prove some theorems and just to learn some properties. Okay, so let us move. Theorem 7.2. Angles opposite to equal sides of an isosceles triangle are equal. Okay, what does the theorem states? Angles opposite to equal sides of an isosceles triangle are equal. I will just once again I will show you what do you mean by that. See, suppose this is an isosceles triangle, and these are the equal sides. Now, what does the theorem state? Angles opposite to equal sides. Okay, So these are the equal sides. So I consider this as the angle. So if I consider this side, then the angle opposite to this side is this angle, and similarly this side is also equal. So the angle opposite to this side will be this angle. What does this theorem says? These two angles, see, these two angles are equal. Okay, that's what the theorem states. So let us see whether it is true or not. Actually, this result can be proved in many ways, and only one of such proof is we are doing here. So let us see. We are given an isosceles triangle ABC in which AB is equal to AC. See, in which AB is equal to AC. We need to prove that angle B is equal to angle C. Okay, we want to prove that this angle B is equal to angle C. Clear? That is our aim. And how we can prove that? Okay, whenever we want to prove or something like that, always consider two triangles and try to find any relation between those two triangles and check whether they can be made congruent to each other. If they are congruent, then what we can do? Then we can do anything on them. Means we can, by using CPCT, their angles, their corresponding angles, their corresponding sides, all will be equal. We can manipulate each and every information regarding those two triangles according to our wish. So our aim should be considering two triangles and proving that those two triangles are congruent to each other. Okay, so here we have only actually total of three triangles here. One triangle is triangle ABC, that is the bigger triangle, and our aim is to find we are already given that. Fine. So we are going to form two triangles from this triangle ABC, but here you can see there is an AD. So our aim is to form two triangles. In order to do that, we are forming a line AD, which, what is the peculiarity of AD? Actually, the line AD is an angular bisector. Okay, see, draw an bisector of angle A and let D be the point of intersection of this bisector A. Clear? We are drawing a line which bisects the angle A and meet at the point D, so that this angle and this angle are equal. Clear? Now we are considering triangle BAD, that is triangle BAD, and then triangle CAD. Clear? So our aim is to prove these two triangles are congruent or not. Okay, so, and why we are going to check whether these are congruent or not? What happens when these two triangles are congruent? If they are congruent, then their corresponding angles should be equal. So what are the corresponding angles? Angle B and angle C. So if they are equal, we want to prove angle B and angle C are equal. So thus we will be proving the theorem. That's our aim. Okay. So in order to prove that, we are thinking. See, we can say that AD is a common side, as well as AB is equal to AC. Okay, see, and by our construction itself, we have seen angle BAD will be equal to angle DAC. See here, AB is equal to AC. That is actually given to you. Now, angle BAD is equal to angle CAD by our construction. Then AD is the common side. So look here, how many sides we have considered? 1, 2, and one angle we have considered. So we are using here SAS congruence. Okay, so by SAS rule, triangle BAD is congruent to triangle CAD. Clear? Now what happens since they are congruent? Then the corresponding angles should be equal. Therefore, angle ABD will be equal to angle ACD. Okay. So, which implies angle B is equal to angle C. Are you all clear? So, we have, this is actually very easy proof. Okay, but still it is very important. Okay, since it is very easy, don't think I will remember, just ignore it. No, you should write it, otherwise you may forget. Okay, so actually this theorem is enough for it, because in the next theorem we will be learning the converse of this theorem. And do you remember what is the converse of a statement? I have taught you, if P then Q. If it is a statement, then what is the converse of this particular statement? It will be if Q then P. Okay, so here we are said angles opposite to equal sides of an isosceles triangle are equal. So what would be the next theorem? It would be saying the sides opposite to equal angles of an triangle are equal. Right, let us see. The sides opposite to equal angles of a triangle are equal. Okay, so this is actually the same as that of our previous theorem. Only thing is it is the converse. So we can prove this theorem by ASA congruence rule. In the same manner, you can proceed like, and instead of this AB, see, instead of AB and AC, what is given to you? Angle ABD and angle ACD is given. They are equal. Okay, so instead of this one, we will be writing angle ABD is equal to angle ACD. That's all. So what we can say, by using here it will be A, and secondly we will be writing considering the case S, and then last we will be taking the angle A. So we have proved it ASA using ASA rule. Okay, so that's about it. And now we are going to use these two informations to solve some problems. Clear? So let us see. In a triangle ABC, so look at this triangle ABC, the bisector AD of angle A is perpendicular to side BC. You can see the figure. Show that AB is equal to AC and triangle ABC is isosceles. Okay. Look at the triangle ABC. You have seen it. Now, the bisector AD of angle A. They are considering the angle A and the bisector of AD. Okay, means it is dividing the angle A equally. Is perpendicular. That is also important. It is perpendicular to side BC. Means it is perpendicular to side BC and it is making an angle 90 degree with the line segment or with the side BC. Now, what we want to prove? We want to prove AB is equal to AC. Okay, we want to prove AB is equal to AC. And one more thing, in the triangle ABC, what happens if AB is equal to AC? Then what we can call this triangle? We can call this triangle as this triangle is isosceles. Okay, so our prime importance should be finding or showing that AB is equal to AC. So let us see how we can prove it. So as I have told you, in such cases, see here we want to prove AB is equal to AC, and see these two sides. Okay, and what we are going to do, we should consider two triangles having these two sides. So what are the possibilities? Considering triangle ABD and considering triangle ACD. Okay, so we are taking these two triangles, and what should be our aim? Our aim should be proving that these two triangles are congruent. Okay, so how we will be proving? It is given in the question itself. Angle BAD is equal to angle DAC. It is given. Okay. Now, side AD is common to both the triangles. Fine. Now, again, angle ADB is equal to angle ADC. Why? Because they are making an angle of 90 degree. It is given. So, by using ASA rule, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD. ASA rule, because here we have taken the angle, here we have taken the side, and then we have taken the angle. So by using ASA rule, we can say that these two triangles are congruent. Okay. And if they are congruent, then what we can say? Then the corresponding sides should be equal. So what are the corresponding sides? AB should be equal to AC. And what happens if AB is equal to AC? Then we can say that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. Okay. So this example is very easy. In the same manner through which we are proving the theorem, we can prove this example also. Now, next example. E and F are respectively the midpoints of equal sides of AB and AC of triangle ABC. See the figure 7.28. Show that BF is equal to CE. Okay. Means E and F are respectively the midpoints. See, look here. The point E and the point F are the midpoints of sides AB and AC respectively. Okay. And one more thing, AB and AC are equal sides also. Okay. So actually two informations are given to you. Now what we want to prove? We want to prove that BF is equal to CE. That is BF is equal to CE. And by looking at the BF and CE, what do you think? Can you spot any peculiarity for BF and CE? They look like medians. Okay, let us see whether are they medians or not. Okay. So as we have seen in this question also, our aim is to prove AB and AC. As a result, we are forming two triangles. See here also, we want to prove BF is equal to CE. So in order to prove that, we should consider two triangles. And it is our choice to choose which triangles we should take. So the most suitable choice is consider triangle ABF and ACE. Triangle ABF and triangle ACE. You know why we have chosen this? Because first of all, we have both the sides BF and CE in these two triangles. And in the next case, what we can prove that these two triangles are congruent. Easily we can prove that. So that is the reasons behind selecting or considering these two triangles. Now, how we are going to prove they are congruent? Think. We are actually given some points actually. See, first of all, we can say that angle A is equal to angle A. They are common for both the triangles. Then what we can say? Are the sides AB is equal to AC? It is directly given. Now we want one more property. That is where we should think. Okay. I will give you a hint that it is given in the question itself. E and F are the midpoints. Okay. E and F are the midpoints. So, but actually AB and AC are equal. So what about AE and AF? Are they equal? Let us see. Okay. So AB is equal to AC. It is given to you. Then angle A is equal to angle A. They are common. We have seen. Now we will be doing one thing important. AF is equal to AE. Halves of equal sides. Okay. See. Suppose these two lines are equal and suppose that or consider that I am cutting this line through their midpoint. Now what about these two sides, these two lengths, this and this? Are these lengths equal? Yes, obviously. So by using SIS property, we can say that triangle ABF is congruent to triangle ACE, and as a result, by using CPCT, BF is equal to BF is equal to CE. So thus we have proved our question. Clear? Now let us move to our next example. In an isosceles triangle ABC. So what you should think in your mind, there is an isosceles triangle, which means two sides of those triangle are equal. Then with AB is equal to AC. So we are given AB and AC are equal sides. Then what is the peculiarity? D and E are points on BC such that BE is equal to CD. Now we can see the figure. See, this is the figure. Show that AD is equal to AE. Okay. D and E are the points on BC. Okay. Now, what about the another information is given to you? BE is equal to CD. Okay. We want to prove that AD is equal to AE. What we want to prove? AD is equal to AE. So look at AD and AE. So what should be our aim? We should be considering two triangles whereby we should be able to prove that these two triangles are congruent. And which two triangles we should consider? Triangles in which they have side AB and AE. So let us see what is the or where is the triangle with these two sides. Okay. So can you suggest any triangles? Any possibilities with AD and AA? Of course, there can be any triangle, but our priority should be we should be taking two triangles whereby we should be able to prove that these two triangles are congruent easily. Okay, I will say the triangles are ABD and ACE. So what happens when we take these two triangles? See, in triangle ABD and ACE, we are going to prove that these two triangles are congruent. How we are going to prove that? See, AB is equal to AC. It is given to you. AB is equal to AC. Why? Because ABC is an isosceles triangle with AB is equal to AC, directly given. Now, angle B is equal to angle C. Why angle B is equal to angle C? We are saying angle B is equal to angle C, because by using our converse of theorem 7.1, we can say that angles opposite to equal side are equal. Okay, now what about the third condition? That is a little bit tricky. See, we are given that BE is equal to CD. No doubt. See, it is given to you in the question, directly given. Now, what we are doing? We are subtracting DE from LHS as well as the RHS. Then there is so no change in the value occurs. So, but look at the quantity BE minus DE. BE minus DE. What happens? What is the actual point or actual line we will be getting after subtracting DE from BE? We will be getting BD. Okay. Similarly, CD minus DE, that is CD minus DE, will give you CE. So we can say that BD is equal to CE. Now what we have here? Here S, here A, and here also S. So by using SIS rule, we have just proved that AD is equal to AE. Clear? Are you all clear? So we have used the property of our triangle or the property of isosceles triangle to prove some examples as well as two theorems we have seen in this section, and these two theorems are very easy, so learn them very well. Okay, and some examples are also done, easy examples. And now you have exercise 7.2 as homework. Only 8 questions are given to you as a homework, so do that exercises using the or applying the properties of isosceles triangle. You can easily solve these problems, and tomorrow we will be uh, doing to proceeding to our next section, and in that section we will be learning some more criteria for congruence of triangles, where we will be learning SS congruence rule. So before going to that rule, you should be familiar with all the rules clearly. Okay, that is SAS rule, ASA rule, all that clear. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. So thank you.